so a late September garden tour. Alright, so in this bed that had the 2 tomato plants and the basil and onions, and then we transplanted the pepper plants halfway through the season. So now we have 1 basil mostly harvested, kind of left a little bit for the bees. Then we have 3 cauliflower, was supposed to be 4, but the plant from the nursery, I don't know, just either there wasn't one in the sale or it died. And then we have 3 rows of garlic and then 1 going down the sides. They're starting to come up. We planted these, I'd say around this 20th of September. We still have the 2 pepper plants that are doing pretty good and a volunteer marigold. So that's it for this bed. And then this bed that started out with the peas and then had beans, but it's always had eggplant. Still has eggplant, and they're actually producing better than they did all summer. And I don't know if it's because we tied them to the trellis or what it is, but I think there's probably about 10 eggplants total. And then this is the volunteer pepper, which I think is a serrano pepper. But yeah, and the eggplants are still blooming, so we might even get more. And there's the old zinnia that's kind of dying. And then in this bed, we still have everything that was in here. The okra and the peppers, both are still producing. And it looks like some of the peppers might be lacking some nutrients, so I might should fertilize these. But yeah, I cut off the okra about a month ago, and they've started putting off new growth. And as you can see, has not affected their production at all. That one zinnia, and then the catnip is still over there, but I have trimmed it back quite a bit. And then this bed, which I would think was the fail of the season, had the cucumbers on a trellis and then 4 squash, which they gave us a good amount of squash, but then they got squash bugs and vine borers, so they didn't last. I think we got 2 cucumbers the whole entire season, so yeah, did not do too well. But now we have 3 rows of garlic all the way down. It's kind of spotty. Hopefully they'll come up a bit better than they are. And then I've planted, there's 1 collards, I think about 7 plants on each side. And so far I only see that one and that one right there. Hopefully some more will come up. I did reseed earlier this week, so hopefully they will start to come up a little bit. Well, I think there's 1, so that's 3. Maybe they just needed a bit more time. We'll see. So in this bed that originally had tomatoes, the basil, which is still there, and then I don't remember, we had radishes on the side. Now has all sweet potatoes, and we still have a little nasturtium, the basil. There's another nasturtium in there, but it's not doing too hot. So yeah, all these are sweet potatoes. I did harvest these. There was 2 plants in here, and I got 15 sweet potatoes. I mean, some were small, but we had some that were quite a good size. And then move into this bed. Still has sweet potatoes. And then I've planted some sweet peas where the green beans used to be, and it looks like most of them are coming up. We have some spots right here that I might need to reseed. And then I think I'm gonna plant some broccoli. So yeah, I'm gonna plant some broccoli or cabbage in this little row once I pull up these sweet potatoes, because I don't want to mess up the roots. But I do have the plants already, and then we do have the 2 zinnias, which are not looking too great right now, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's the front garden. That's how it looks. Doesn't look great, but it's still producing a little bit, so yeah. Now back here, I'd say this whole back area was like a struggle after the potatoes. Like even this bed for the potatoes was rough. But right now, I have filled this bed with cabbage that I planted from seed. So I have 4 of those left. And then I think I have 11 cabbage that I got from JJs. So yeah, I'm just kind of going along the perimeter. And then I have these marigolds, which are about to start. But yeah, as I was saying, these marigolds are about to start blooming. There's a couple buds on this one. I did read that marigolds might help with the cabbage moths, cabbage worms, so we shall see. So far I'm not believing it, because the ones that I planted from seed, as you can see, they've been eaten by something, maybe not necessarily cabbage moths, but something. So we shall see. I mean, the marigolds weren't as grown up as they are now, so hopefully. And then this is the one haywire zucchini, not zucchini, zinnia. We did have the zucchini in here that did not do too great. Then the strawberries, which since I've had them, I don't do too well with the strawberries because the guineas and different things. And then these marigolds are the only ones that are looking really great right now. Like, that just is beautiful. So neon. But yeah, so then I did replant the zucchini and squash in this bed, and they didn't do anything. I maybe got 1 or 2 squash off of them, but they did absolutely nothing. So yeah, those zinnias are really pretty. And I did pull up all the cleomes. They were just getting to be too much. And then I did plant the 2 tomato plants. This one has not really produced anything. We've gotten a few off this one, but as you can see, the stand did not hold them up whatsoever. So the guineas are pretty much having a heyday on them right now. But yep. And then we did have volunteer potatoes all throughout these beds from where I'd missed them when I pulled them up. But okay, so after a little bit of research, I have determined that these are the white marked tussock caterpillars. I believe that's what it was called. It's a long name. But basically, I'm going to be hard pressed to kill it. What it's sounding like. So, yeah. Hopefully, they'll die before too long. I'm going to try another method besides dipel dust. I might have another insecticide. We shall see.